Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's going on, y'all? I need to make sure I'm able to be heard before we start. Okay, so I can be heard. What's going on, y'all? It is time for some circle talk, and I am really excited about our guest today. I met this young lady at the All the Way Live New Year's Eve celebration, brought to you by GSL, Grown, Sexy, Lit.
I was gonna say live, but sure.
GSL, but shout out to them guys for putting on an amazing event. I actually met her there. We were doing some podcast work, just promoting the event, and we came across her art. As you guys can see, but around me, I have tons of art that she has created, and it wasn't the art. I mean, the art is obviously amazing.
Thank you.
But for me, I really drew to the person she was. Her personality really came out, and she was very inviting. She always was. She was smiling the whole time, very bubbly, and to me, like that really speaks volumes to her as a person. It really made me want to get to know her even better. And so after that conversation that we had, I was like, "Yo, we got to do some circle talk. I think you're an amazing person. I love your energy." And so here we are. I mean, it took us a little bit, we're both busy people, but, we are here. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I told you this is my first podcast interview, talk about my art ever.
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous but excited at the same time.
Well, it's always good to be nervous because I love nervousness. I like to key on nervousness, if y'all know me. So we're going to talk about her art, obviously, and that's really important. But to me, I want to know who you are, I mean, as a person, and kind of dig into your past and your present and what's going on in the future. So is it okay if we can throw it back a little bit, throw it back?
You said young, but we're going to throw it back some time. I'm pushing 40. But yeah, let's take it back. How far back are we taking it?
Let's talk about where you from, childhood, how you your life at home with your parents, all that good stuff.
Got it. So I'm a California native. So
not to Cali in the building.
Yeah, but family's from Chicago, Los Angeles. Literally split between the both of them.
Yeah.
Art's kind of run in the family. My dad, he actually the apartments that were showing like the good times and all of that stuff, and the whole Ernie Barnes era.
Right.
They lived in those apartments.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Good times.
Yeah, and Ernie Barnes, the artist that did all of the artwork that JJ did in the show.
Yeah.
My dad actually mimicked and favored that style, and so he is also an artist, painted that way. My grandmother on my mother's side painted that mural in her apartment back in the 60s.
Wow, that's crazy.
So you can say I come from a line of artists.
Nice.
Or whatnot.
Nice.
And then I went to the military, and it was, I put it down for a while, step away, go back to it, step away, go back to the art.
Yeah.
And that's
pretty crazy. I mean, I know you kind of went through your steps, but let's just jump into it. Like military life. My dad was in the military. That's how we got here. All my family's from Louisiana. Army.
Yeah, Army.
Cool. Yeah. So, how was it? What made you go into the Army? Like,
I was a Smurf in high school, so that ROTC, Air Force, blue wearing.
Yeah.
We called ourselves Smurfs, or other people call us Smurfs. And honestly, people were saying that I was going to draw for Disney or even be like a court sketch artist type of thing.
Yeah.
I lettered in the arts. I didn't even know that you could do that.
Yeah.
But I got a letter in my Letterman jacket for this academy called ACE Academy for the Arts in Moreno Valley, California.
Nice.
And I didn't see a future in art,
Right.
Believe it or not. I'm an 83 baby, and you know about careers and jobs, but you don't hear about artistic careers or jobs during that time. Times have greatly changed now, thankfully, but you didn't hear that. So I didn't see a future. I was like, if you could draw or if you could write, you could draw. That was my mentality
Absolutely.
on
Yeah.
it. But I also know I didn't want to stay where I was. So the
Okay.
military was kind of an easy way out,
Yeah,
you could say.
for sure.
Which was really odd because I joined in 2000. And if you guys recall, 2001 is when,
when it all went down.
When it all changed.
Sheesh.
And I still decided to go active duty in 2003. So in the middle of all of that, that's when I went active, actually, because I was a senior in high school when I actually joined the Army. I was 17.
Wow.
Mom signed the paperwork and everything.
That's crazy because I almost went. I was like this close. I did the whole NJROTC, the whole 9, my senior year. And then they came to the house to take me. And I was like, Dad, I don't really want to go. That's your dream, not mine. And so, we kind of cut that off. But
my mom's dream for me was the arts. It wasn't the military. So it was like the complete opposite.
Yeah,
but she did it because she knew that that's what I wanted. That's what I asked her to do, and she was supportive of it.
So did you see anything like when you anything crazy at all, or did you?
So the craziest thing was I was also the only woman or the only female, we called ourselves back then or whatnot, in my unit. And this is before women were allowed in combat arms units. Mm-hmm. My first duty station, I was with tankers and infantry.
Wow.
And it was when they deployed, I wasn't allowed to because women weren't allowed on what you call the MTO at the time. So it's so crazy because all of this it's also going to tie back to the arts. I told you a story right before we started airing that in basic training, my art almost actually got me in trouble. Like from day one in basic training, they saw a sketch pad that I did, which had the silhouette of a woman. I was studying anatomy and physiology so that I can understand how to draw the body correctly and proportionately. And they thought I brought contraband. They thought I brought something that I wasn't supposed to bring to basic training. I told them it wasn't. They opened it up. They saw that I was an artist. And from that moment on, they were like, instead of KP duty or instead of kitchen duty or instead of doing this, you're going to be drawing a kill zone or creating a logo for this or whatever. And then that followed me to my first duty station. And when my brothers in arms deployed, I actually did a mural, which is still there on Fort Irwin. It's about 4 feet by 10 feet mural. In their squadron headquarters.
That's
and
awesome.
It was my gift to them when my brothers deployed, since I wasn't allowed to go with them.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Real quick, I want to obviously send a shout out to our sponsors. I totally forgot. I apologize, guys. iShopTo.com, my guy Marvin Patterson. If you guys need any pictures and you're locally in this area, hit him up. Let him know I sent you, and he'll hook you up. She's actually got a little story about him as well.
If he shoots you, and Marvin, make sure you bring that lens with the fire on it, because you're taking these fire shots. So we had to give you flames at the end of your lens cap.
Hey, there it is. So Icon ENT, my guy Junior Thomas. Anybody looking for any parties locally? He's one of the best party planners in the area. Has been doing it for over, I think he's done it about 18 years. He's done it. So if you guys need anybody to make it happen for your parties, hit him up. And last but not least, Chai Movement Zakia's. Shout out to her, still doing her thing with clothing. If anybody's looking for some clothing or have clothing that they don't want, that they want to donate, she takes clothing and she twitches it and sews it up and makes it into other things, and then she gives it to people. She don't even really sell it as much. She donates it to people. So if anybody's looking to help her continue in her journey and her nonprofit, a Chai Movement, hit it up and get in contact with her. Let her know I sent you. ChaiMovement.com. Hey, so
what's up, upcycling? I like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's she's been doing it for a while, and I actually did an interview with her last year, and she kind of explained it to me. And I was like, yo, I really love that. I really want to be a part of it. How can I be a part of it? So we've been kind of supporting each other. She's always supported me here, and I've always supported her in anything that she does. And so, I've known her for years, and so you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's one of the things that attracted me to once we actually moved out here, and why I'm still here. Actually,
support your local artist or anyone that has a dream and wants to do something with themselves positive. Always, and that's one of the things that I pride myself on: supporting people that's what this is all about. Good people doing great things. And back on you. Let's talk about you.
I was trying to shift it. See?
Yeah, I know. But let's talk about being a mother. How much do you enjoy being a mother?
Oh, I mean, you can't really put like a percentage on that. Like right. you love it. Other times you want to run out the door screaming, and they pull you back in because they're your babies. They're. I don't want to say like they're your life, right? But they definitely are one of the biggest parts of it.
Yeah.
I do try to find a healthy balance because they have to become their own person, and I think as an artist, I'm also raising an artist or whatnot. I have to learn to separate my, what I see, and the way that I envision life and things,
right,
and not project that onto them. They don't come with a manual.
Nope.
Obviously, we kind of make it up as we go, and hope and pray that we're raising the best possible person that we can. And we don't really know what kind of job we're doing until they, reach that certain age. I have a daughter; she's about to be 16, and I don't want to say that I'm done raising her, but like she's become the person, that I've raised her to be, and now it's my time to see who she becomes and still guide her instead of trying to mold her.
It's almost right? Like you see the evolution from her being a girl, adolescent to a woman.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of got to get those last few years.
Yeah,
like I said, where now you're observing what you've done, leading up to that, while they're still under your roof, and give them their own room to grow. So she's actually she's at Soda. She's a Soda kid.
Oh, okay.
So, shout out to School of the Arts.
Hey, shout out to your daughter. What's her name?
Oh, Charity.
Roy. Shout out to you. Hey, Soda's in the building.
They actually have an awesome play coming up that she's in. It's actually Mother's Day weekend, and the following weekend they're doing an Addams Family play that she's an ancestor, and so triple threat, sings, dance, and acts, and she's also a digital and visual artist. So she got the things that I couldn't do. I don't sing, dance, act, none of that.
Wow, that's crazy.
A little bit.
So what's her dream? What she want to do?
Oh my gosh. So she's a lot like I am. It's funny because I do also have an 11-year-old son. And since he was 7, he said that he wants to be a lawyer, a police chief, or in the NBA. And it's in that order.
Wow.
And he has not changed that dream since he's 7. He's done job shadowing with James Curtis, who has the Curtis firm in Tequila. He's recently did a job shadow with the Bellevue chief of police.
Shout out to James. I went to school with James, actually. James and Maurice Curtis. Shout out to them boys. Yay.
He actually has quite a few of my pieces in his firm, and I need to actually finish up one last piece for him right now. But yeah, if you were to go in his firm, like maybe 6 or so pieces, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Huge supporter.
Small world.
He also has his youth law firm, which I can't wait to get my son back into. Kind of had to stop during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's cool.
So same dream for him, like since he was 7. My daughter, on the other hand, there was that point where she was going to be a fashion designer. She actually did the Black Sushi fashion show and Africatown fashion show. She had like 11 pieces when she was 11 years old that she sewed herself.
Yeah.
Now she's like into gemology and jewelry design and like I said, digital art. So I have no idea. I know she'll be successful in whatever it is.
Yeah.
But she's exploring so many creative paths.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's awesome. I think it's amazing how positive you are. I can feel the aura of the positivity anytime you say anything. It doesn't matter what I throw at you. It's always positive, and I feel the rays of sunshine coming through here.
These ring lights are helping, though. I mean, it's on that sunlight setting.
Yes. So let's talk about your pictures. I mean, we have beautiful paintings here, art. Let's talk about them.
Yeah. So it's so interesting. As an artist, like I would always stop for a while. And I might go on hiatuses for like months to maybe even a couple of years at a time. I wish I could say I've always done this my entire life. And the truth is yes, I've drawn my entire life. I was that kid that was always putting an art kit on my Christmas list. And initially I did it just because honestly I wanted to impress my grandmother because she
Yeah,
was an artist, and it was the way that I, found that we could connect.
Yeah.
And then it kind of became my identity, right? And so I was that kid that was drawing comics because I'm a blurred, so black nerd if you don't. So I grew up reading comic books and drawing X-Men characters and drawing Looney Tune characters, and a partial photographic memory.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily need to look at something to continue to draw it.
Yeah.
And then I would stop for like a while, and my mom would always be like, have you drawn anything lately? Have you drawn anything lately? And I mean, to this day, she will still ask me that. And then in 2009, I got out of the military, and I just picked up photography while I was in the military. And I thought that was going to actually be my career path. I was like, I'm just going to do freelance photography and, editing and things like that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't drawing at all. Like I didn't pick up a single pencil, paintbrush, or anything.
Yeah.
And I was okay because that's still artistic, and I still see the world in frames, is what I say.
Yeah.
It's the same way with the art. I can look at the world outside and I just see the finished picture, whether that's photography or painting. And then my mom got sick out here. I was in California at the time.
Yeah.
I was teaching art at the time. I'd been 4 years at this charter school where we literally started their arts program. I grew so massively. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But my mom got sick in 2016, that December, and I came out to Tacoma to visit her over that weekend. And I'd made a decision that at the end of the school year, I was going to move out here.
Yeah.
For only a year. That was my plan. I was only going to stay here a year.
That's what they always say, right? Only a year.
I put my stuff in storage, and I picked up canvas when I got back home because I was stressed, and I was like, I just need an outlet. I need something to do. And I hadn't painted myself in a while. I was teaching art. I was teaching kids to do it, but I wasn't actively doing it. And the first piece that I did, and this is Facebook, everybody's live and going Facebook Live. That kind of just really became popular.
Yep.
And so I was just doing it because that's what I always did. I'm always on live at the school or whatnot. So I didn't think anything different of the art. And it went viral.
Wow.
It was crazy and unexpected. Yeah. And I was still stressed. But people were like, oh, I want this piece. And they were making offers and bids on it. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then I was like, a person wanted it. She's like, can you do a complimentary piece? And it was this lady. She had this, she was drawn in the nude, big, huge Afro glitter hair.
Yeah.
And I did her a counterpiece that had a man also in the nude, and he had glitter dreadlocks or whatnot.
Wow.
And I kind of liked where it was going. And I'm like, oh, this crown, right? This crown that had this glitter, and it just drew attention to her hair and to his hair. And I was also natural, and it was at a time where natural was kind of just becoming okay to be back in.
Yeah.
People weren't so upset that we were cutting out our perms and rocking our natural coils. Yeah. And I wanted to bring attention to that.
Okay.
So every piece, if you look, that I did in 2017, every single one had glitter hair. Every single one. I felt bad for my son because he would go to school with glitter in his hair because it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's how I got started back in. I started a Facebook page, and within 7 months, it had 10,000 something followers, and it was all organic, and it was literally just me posting what I just did every day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it took a life of its own.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and I'm very impressed by all of the pieces that you brought here. Is it possible we can go down the line and kind of talk about each of them?
Yeah. Actually, those two still have the glitter. Occasionally, I'll go back and put glitter in their hair.
Here, I'll grab this one. We'll talk about this one, guys. This is the first one. Y'all see that?
Yeah. So let's see if we can get that light. There we go. So
bam.
Well, kind of. Maybe not, but
bam.
So this is actually a print of the original one. So it's always on canvas first, and they're usually bigger. And it used to be that I would repaint a picture multiple times.
Yeah.
And then that kind of takes away from the original being the original. So instead, I only make one piece of any painting that I do, and then I'll make limited edition prints of them. So this is a print of an original that was actually 2 by 4 feet big.
Wow.
That I also had made for my own room, and then I let somebody talk me into purchasing it because why not?
Why not? Hey.
One of the things that I also wanted to do, though, especially when drawing Black women, because if you look at a good majority of my art, it is Black art and Black women, and it's not that I don't draw anyone else. I still will.
Mm-hmm.
But I am a Black woman, right? And I recall growing up, and every time like I see pictures or artwork of us, we were always overly sexualized, or it was just like one certain figure or a certain shape or a certain shade, and I'm like, we can be painted all sorts of ways. We come in all sorts of ways and kind of highlight that beauty that is us, which we'll talk about when it comes to that picture right there, because that was definitely a signature piece for that.
But this one is beautiful. I'm very impressed by the colors.
This is more outside of my comfort zone, like this and these, the more abstract looking ones.
Yeah.
I'm used to being more of a portrait type artist, and so for me to actually do something that's like coloring out the lines, or not an actual color, like their faces are purple and pink and orange, that's a little harder for me to do than something like this is.
Well, let's talk about this one, because I like this one. This is the one I think I've seen this one. This one's kind of long, so we're going to both hold this one, y'all, and she talks about it.
So this, I call her my melanin hue. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, the women are in all different shades, ranging from what we in our community call light skin to chocolate, right? To dark.
Yeah.
But they also range in age. So some of the ones on the end here.
Interesting.
I purposely drew them to look a little older or whatnot.
Oh yeah. See that.
I have 3 really good like friends that are like sisters out here that I met through actually my son's basketball team game time. And even though there's 5 women here, this reminded me of us, right? Mm-hmm. We were all at different points in our lives, some married, some single, some careers, some in school. But we're sisters,
Absolutely.
And there's beauty in that. And so this one, it took me a while to do. This was an oil painting. Those 2 are acrylic paintings. If you guys know, think about oil, they can take weeks to months to sometimes even years to dry.
Wow.
And this one took, I worked on her for about a good 6 weeks before she was finally complete.
Wow.
And initially, again, just the faces, but the background of it, again, I just took a palette knife and just kind of purposely started distressing it, to add this like texture, and again, pushing myself out of this clean in the lines, style that I was used to.
Yeah. This one. Yeah. Oh, and if anybody's interested in her paintings, we'll give you guys the information where you can go and get in contact with her, or order them for yourself. Ooh. Which one do you want to talk about? This one right here?
These 2, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about these 2.
The newest ones.
Here, I'll bring this one over here too, so you guys can see these.
I'm short, so it's
the ring lights. I'm gonna tilt it a little bit so you guys can see. This is sick. That's a sick picture.
Thank you. So there's actually a 3rd piece to this one, but she sold.
She gone.
Yeah, she's gone. But these are actually the originals are about 5 feet big. So these are prints of them. And I did these specifically for the New Year's event. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. I remember. They were tight. Everybody was taking pictures with these ones too.
Yeah, I was shocked and in awe and humbled over it. Like, honestly, it was an amazing experience. That I couldn't have wished for anything more.
Yeah.
But as I was painting these, I heard for the very first time this song by Jasmine Sullivan, called Masterpiece.
Okay.
And I had never heard this song before, and it's called Masterpiece, and in parentheses it says Mona Lisa. That's the name of the song.
Interesting.
And it's just talking about this woman coming out of her shell, and that she's a masterpiece, and she's accepting it, and she's ready to show the world who she is.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do an exhibit. I was like, I want to do my own exhibit, and I was like, I want all of the art to look like this. Like on the 3rd picture that sold, if you recall, I'd sewn the chains onto the canvas, and I'm like, this high contrast, black and white, pops of gold, royal type imagery and portraits that just resemble not just women, but like kids and men and family, right? I just want an exhibit that I want to bring to Tacoma that has this like sense of luxury for I want 2 days where, the youth are coming in and they have their suits and the girls are in their gowns and they feel what this like really high class luxury art exhibit feels like.
Mm.
And then another day where there's no kids allowed.
Yeah.
And we can get even deeper into it.
Yeah.
But I wanted them to see us on the walls, and not saying that everyone's going to be like, even this dark, we come in all kinds of shades, but
yeah,
I wanted to make sure that I had this high contrast and they can look on the walls and see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's coming
beautiful.
soon.
These are beautiful. Beautiful
things.
Thank you. I still remember that other one that she had. I think that one, everybody was like in awe. I mean, the necklaces were built into the picture.
Yeah.
I was like, that is fire. I never seen that before.
Thank you. Yeah. So even on the print, I actually sewed the chains onto the prints too.
Yeah.
I want that even when you buy a print, there's something special about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just a poster.
Right.
You get pretty close to the original. On these, I even repainted over the print. Mm-hmm. There's liquid gold leaf on there, so there's a reflection. Yeah. I just wanted those are prints, added glitter to it still. That way you're not just getting basic. Mm-hmm. Artists, we don't do basic.
Right.
But something that makes you just, feel just a little more special than just buying a poster.
Absolutely. So, absolutely. These, man. Yeah, that's tight. See that? Yeah. All right, we got one more we want to look at. I want to look at that one over there too.
Oh, there we go. Oh, this one right?
Yeah. All right, y'all. This is
so hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. I know we've heard that phrase before, but that's what this is. So hear no evil, just come in your ears, and see no evil, speak no evil. Part of it. It's a slightly bigger picture on the original, but she's covering her mouth. Mm-hmm. And again, the same thing, with the Crown Act. Their hair is in the glitter, different shades, different complexions. Technically, even though they're super colorful, you kind of can't tell what complexion they are, but you can tell even just through their hair that there's some variations there. Absolutely. And again, this was a test for myself because I'm not used to painting like this. I'm not used to the abstract style, but it became one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Favorite way of painting.
That's really cool. The idea and
that ring light. There we go.
Yeah, that's tight. Y'all see that? That's tight. You can purchase that too. Hold up. Man, I'm so sorry. People have been commenting and I ain't been paying attention. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. I totally forgot to put the comments.
See, I was just talking.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Rebecca. What's up, everybody? I am so sorry. We finally can see some comments.
Oh, thank you. Laura loves the print. Thank you, Laura.
Yeah. So, are all these up for anyone that wants to purchase?
Yes, they are. Some of them are on my website already. Others are not. Like, there's a bigger version actually of that one. It's a canvas print, so it's not even it's almost like just like the original. It's a 24 by 48 inch. Same with this piece right here. And these are not yet. Okay. These probably won't be released until the show because the originals aren't for sale yet.
That's right.
So
why don't you tell them about the show that you're referring to?
Okay. So it's still in the making. Let's put this back up here.
Okay. You got it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So we have a name. A friend of mine, she's helping me produce it, and she's like, Devona, we need a name.
Yeah.
And I actually discussed it with my daughter because she's an artist like I am, and she has really great ideas for someone so young. But we came up with the name Tahitian Pearl.
Okay.
And Tahitian Pearl is basically it's a black pearl, and automatically I feel like when you say the word pearl, you think white, right? But the Tahitian Pearl is a black pearl, and as you can see, the portraits are all going to be black and white. Mm-hmm. But the thing about a Tahitian pearl is also only 1 in 10,000 pearls can be one. So it's a rarity or whatnot. And I wanted to play on black and white, but also just something that was beautiful and something that was rare. So that is what we are going to be calling the exhibit. I had this vision again when I was painting this, that there's an all white venue. And that the guests are in black and white, and it's actually really formal. And I'm being very specific on the look and feel for this event, because I also feel like places like Tacoma, or just, cities or inner cities or whatnot, we don't get always the same experience that you do when you go to like an art show that's in Seattle or Bellevue. And we always have to come out of our neighborhoods to experience something like that. And
right.
You definitely don't experience it as a youth. I didn't really attend my first prestigious art show until I was well into adulthood.
For sure.
Where I'm actually dressing up to go to this event, and people are walking around with champagne glasses, curating about the art.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to see it, so just create it myself.
Absolutely.
So I told a friend of mine, Miss Karen, I was like, hey, I have this idea of this thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just want it to be the start. Like, I want to be the first one to do it, so that we can set the stage and set the presence for how it's done, and then like maybe even do it, every other year or whatnot. That we highlight another artist, but we give them this platform where it's just this class and sense of luxury and sense of arts, but keep it here.
Yeah.
I feel like you could easily take that to Seattle. You could easily take something like that to Bellevue, but they have enough.
They do.
Like they don't.
Absolutely.
We need it here. So yeah.
Tacoma definitely should. You should definitely make that happen.
Oh yes.
And it's going to be an amazing thing. I mean, I believe in you. I mean, just listening to you explain yourself and the things that you're doing, and just your knowledge of what you're trying to accomplish it's definitely gonna happen. I can see it. I can feel it.
I figure you have to put things out in the atmosphere, and then you have to act on it, right? Because
Absolutely.
If you don't, it's going, now that you've put it out, it's going to come into fruition, and it's either you're gonna do it or someone else is going to do it,
right?
And you're gonna wish you did. I'm purposely talking about it right now because it puts me in a position to where you have to see it through, regardless of how busy you are, and who's not busy nowadays.
And now everybody's heard it, and tons of people are watching right now.
You gotta be held accountable now.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
No, you be the first. I mean, especially here. I mean, we need it.
Yeah, we do.
And people will definitely support you because you're amazing. I mean, you're amazing. You are. Like, look at this stuff, guys. Like, everybody's like loving it.
Thank you.
Laura said you should be proud. I mean,
thank you.
She's totally correct. I mean, I'm just happy I got to interview you before anybody else. I was first, y'all. I was first. I got to interview you
Ricky,
first.
if you're not first, you're last.
Shout out to my girl Lynn is in the building. She's an artist too. She says she loves your work.
Lynn Marie, it's a cool name.
Yes,
Thank
you.
you.
Y'all should definitely link up. She lives in Chicago. You just came from Chicago.
Yeah, literally. We just got off the plane Monday.
Absolutely. Yes. Y'all should link up. She's an amazing artist herself.
My family's in Chicago, Lynn. Like, still, the whole half of the family's still there.
I be taking vacations over there. I was there last year.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my homie. We get down.
I know my mom was like, "Bring me back some Jay's potato chips."
So what's coming up next for you? I mean, you already kind of gave us a load, and it got us excited for what's to come. But like, what can we look for? Where can we look for you in the future?
So in the summer months, I'm actually, if you don't mind, can I shout out another artist, because he's like my brother out here.
Absolutely.
Literally since like the first summer that I moved out here, and I forgot to say I moved out here in 2017. I was only supposed to be here a year. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to find a community out here. And within months that changed, and a year, here we are, 2022, and we're not going anywhere. But there's another artist named LaShawn Gamble, and he's like my brother or whatnot. We started vending together every single summer. So Umoja Fest, Ethnic Fest, Taste of Tacoma, like the whole nine. Like, if he was at one, I was at one, right? That's and cool. If I signed up for one, then he came with me. And we were shut down, of course, for the year where nobody knew really what was going on. And then the second year, we kind of slowly got back into it. And I feel like this year is our year to come, really, back out full force. And we've had 2 years to prepare for that.
Cool.
So I know I have 2 shows coming up. Can I
shoot them out? Yeah. Let's go.
So Anthony Tibbs, he's doing The Soul of a Woman on Mother's Day, so I'll be painting live.
Yes.
I'll be painting live that day. Also, I'll have the booth with art for sale.
Yeah.
And then in July, we're doing the Neo Soul Fest in Puyallup. So that's 2 days.
Yeah, that's right.
And for that one, I've actually brought LaShawn on. So we are going to actually be doing a live canvas painting and a live body painting, both on both days.
Wow.
I can't do all that by myself.
Yeah.
And so I also, and this is why we actually vibe so well, is we both try to also put other people on or bring other people on,
Absolutely.
Like I can't service everybody in Tacoma. If I can bring you business as an artist, then I'm going to bring you business as an artist.
Absolutely.
If I can tell someone about your work, I'm going to tell someone about your work.
Absolutely.
So we're tackling that 2-day event together. So Saturday I'll be painting the body painting and he'll do canvas live, and Sunday we switch.
So May 8th and May 9th?
So May 8th is the Soul of a Woman.
Right.
The Neo Soul Fest is July.
Oh, it's July.
Yeah, that one is July. Okay. What is it? 17th and 18th.
I can't remember, but I definitely know about both of them. And y'all know I'm going to try and be in the house for both of them because I know they're both going to be amazing. There's some amazing artists. May 8th, I've already seen the lineup. Shout out to my girl Shantae. She's going to be in the building. There's a lot of amazing artists.
Something about that show? So I've actually been in the studio like as a photographer with Faith Evans, which is also one of the tributes for that show. And then last year, time is so irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
But I did a custom purse for Lily Lyons from SWV.
Wow.
And it aired on Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta.
That's tight.
So, yeah.
That's so tight.
She's also one of they're doing the tribute to SWV.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Major moves. You know what I'm saying? And see, for me, this is why I love doing what I do, because I get to catch people before they make it big. And I mean, I got a couple people that have made it big, shout out to Marcus Trufant, but, like you're on your way. Like, I mean, it all is happening, like, as we speak, like literally, like you was telling me you sold one of the paintings that everyone loved. I know it wasn't cheap, but it's such a blessing to watch and hear about the amazing things that are happening. I think you have it. You have exactly what it takes to become one of those people that you hear about that are selling paintings for $500,000 and all that. You got it. You got it. I mean, I can see the vision. I'm sure everybody that's been watching this today can see it. It's going to happen, and it's going to be so major.
One of the things that I said it recently, I forgot why I said it, what mentioned it, was like, my job isn't to live forever, but to create something that does.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a beautiful part about like any type of arts, like we're still singing songs from people who are long, past us. And this is going to outlive me, and that's all. Like, what else can you wish for?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can kind of see that your art and what you do is kind of instilled into, your youngins. And so, I mean, it may not be the same, but because of this, they're doing it.
Well, they want to do it. Yeah. Like, so I have a career as I'm in creative marketing. Yeah. And it's not because like, I went to school, but it was my portfolio. Mm-hmm. And so it's so amazing that kids now, know that, yes, there's a career in the arts. It's not just a hobby or a pastime or it doesn't have to be, like you can actually make it your career. Yeah. And that's perfectly fine. It's okay. So absolutely. I'm actually, if I can say this to parents really quick.
Shout them out.
One of the things that my mom, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate her being this way with me, is that she nurtured it. Mm-hmm. Like she nurtured my art, even at times where I left it alone, she didn't. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's only because of that support that I got from her that I'm even, even still doing this, but also in the career path that I'm in. Yeah. And it was the way that she nurtured me that I know that it's okay to also nurture my daughter, because I see the future that they could be. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes in our communities, we have this stigma that like, oh, well, it's just art or it's just this. We have to stop using that word just. Yeah. Because there's nothing just about it. It's creativity. Your new iPhone needed an artist first. Absolutely. Absolutely. Construction work needs artists first. Art is almost like the foundation of almost anything that exists. Yeah. So
yeah. And to me, I think that's absolutely correct. And then if your kids have a passion for something,
yeah,
I mean, you never say just.
yep,
If they have a passion for something that's not negative and it's helping them, use their minds to create amazing whatever it
yes,
may be, you roll with it.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't downplay it.
yeah,
You pump them up, you know?
yeah,
Just like your son playing basketball.
yeah.
I mean, like you were saying earlier, he may not have his shot quite down, but he'll play the heck out of some defense,
Yep.
get all those rebounds. Now he's going to work on his scoring.
You nurture it.
Absolutely.
You don't know where it's going to take them, regardless of what it is.
Absolutely.
I told you I left art alone because I was like, oh well, you can't. There's no career path in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had done that, I wouldn't be in career in creative marketing again right now, which it's a really, really good career. I actually love what I do for a living, which is what I mean. I don't do the art full time.
Right.
I also don't believe in working 8 hours or 9 or 10, however many hours you are to build someone else's dream and not work on your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also feel that if you absolutely love what you do, it's not work.
Right.
It can be tiring still. It can be stressful still. Yes, I'm not saying that you won't be tired and you won't be stressed. And there aren't times where you're going to be like, oh, man. But for the most part, if you love what you do, it's never really work. Right.
Absolutely.
And art has put me in a position to really actually love what I do.
Speak on it. So real quick, y'all, we'll make sure that the reminders are, I'll drop those in the comments when we're done. We got a couple questions real quick. Lynn was wondering, what's your media type?
Oh my gosh. That's like a whole another conversation. I don't have a specific one. So, I mean, I absolutely love oil paintings. This one was an oil painting, but the two on the sides were acrylic. I also do body painting. So, I mean, that's a whole another thing. And then if it can get paint on it, like walls, murals, people, purses, furniture, decor, I'm with it. The only thing I haven't done in like years, I mean, like since like 8th grade, is airbrush. I probably wouldn't even know where to begin. Again.
Yeah.
That's my brother LaShawn, he's a beast with that, and he's offered to teach it to me, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to learn anymore.
Yeah.
My mind is at its max.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I feel like if I see something and I haven't done it before, I've got to try it, right?
Right.
So oil has definitely become one of my preferences, my go-tos, just because it gives me so much flexibility with time and not having to feel rushed and coming back, and you can continue working on oil painting for weeks, literally, and the paint stays wet.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you're using. But acrylic, if I want to just I just want a quick stress relief and I want to get something down on the canvas, then I might go back to acrylic.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yes, I said acrylic for her too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Lynn, if yes, acrylic, but if you haven't tried oil, try it. A lot of people are afraid of it. I promise you, it is nothing to be afraid of, and it will become equally addicting.
Absolutely. She said creativity for sure. In oil.
Yes.
Well, guys, if you guys have any other questions, please go ahead and drop them. This is just a random question while we're waiting to see if there's anybody else. If you weren't doing art, what else would you be doing?
Like at all, like this art, or just art at all? Like
I
can't use my hands.
You can't use your hands for art. What else would you be doing with yourself?
It's funny. I took a. Well, no, that's arts too. That's just performing arts. Cool.
That's okay.
Honestly, probably motivational speaking. Like, it's funny because I don't like to speak, but I can talk. So I don't like a platform.
You got that gab.
But I can talk. So, it's people used to assume that I had like this really bubbly bubblegum type upbringing. And I went through things like, some serious things, which I used to actually talk to like groups about, and I would see how like my testimony about life, when I actually affected people, sometimes immediately I saw it. And then sometimes, it was like, years later and someone's coming back and saying, oh, I heard you talk about this one time. And it would probably be that. I mean, but again, like, I still feel that that's a form of art though. Like your storytelling and your...
as a public speaker or a motivational speaker, you definitely got it.
we all have a story, right?
Absolutely.
You know, there's someone out there that can benefit from anyone's story.
Yes.
And you don't know who is affected by it. And again, I can relate that to art. You don't know who's going to inspire by just seeing something like this that looks like them and how it's going to inspire them. And so speaking it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy that I said that. I asked you that because I have a group, Lynn and Rebecca. We have conversations every day. We ask each other questions about just things that are happening in the world and what we would do. And the question was, if we weren't in our jobs, what would we be doing? Go figure. You know, and here we are
like
talking about
circle.
it again. Yeah,
circle talk, full circle.
Hey, let's go. Girl, the strongest women have the hardest testimonies.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I tell people I should be so many different type of statistics. There was a point in my life where like I had to do the counseling and I took myself out of it because I was like, if I sit here and I listen to what you're telling me I'm supposed to become, that's how you become it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I made a decision. It was like I was 16 years old. And I was like, I'm taking myself out. And I refuse to do or become everything that you're telling me that, you know, statistically I'm supposed to become.
Right.
And that was probably the best, decision, even better than joining the military, better than deciding to get, you know, married or have kids. Like that one moment was like a really big deciding factor in my life. And young girls, especially young Black girls, don't always have that support to actually make that decision for themselves or even, you know, think to. It's shifted my life, and again, I had something to fall back on, thankfully. But
So you said marriage. Are you married? Getting married? Thinking about it?
I was married.
Okay,
we were dual military. We co-parent. We are like still the best of friends now. He's actually relocating out here, and we're like, you know, oh well, once you do, you know, jobs here. Right. He's already connecting with like the basketball team because I promise you he's going to be one of the coaches most likely, even though he says that he won't be. He's impossible. He's an athlete, and you know, when you're an athlete, you can only sit on the sidelines for so long, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, we're dual military, and to be completely honest, that's not always the easiest.
Right.
When both parents are in the military, and the Army will ship both of you off. That's actually why I ended up getting out. So I did 9 years.
Yeah,
believe it or not. And I was like, if I get to that 10-year mark, I'm not going to want to get out because I'm halfway done.
Right.
You know?
Might as well keep going.
Right.
You know?
But yeah, no. So divorce, but you know, it's life.
Absolutely.
Raise great kids together, and that's our job.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I appreciate this conversation. It's been pretty.
Yeah, I was nervous. I was like, "What are we going to talk about?"
Nervous. It's all about you, and I think that's that what I try and explain to people when they are in front of me. That it's just about your life. It's about you. I mean, who you are as a person and who you want to be and where you're going with yourself. You know, and you have it all right there. It's pretty easy. I didn't even throw no curveballs. It was just easy.
I'm glad because I am not much of a baseball player. I was like, just be ready.
No, I absolutely think you're an amazing person, and I am excited to see where you're going. I'm sure I will end up in places where you're at and watch you sell your painting or your art, I should say, and I'm hoping to be there when you finally open the doors to your spot. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think you're gonna be amazing.
I honestly,
real talk.
I thank you. Again, I only plan to stay here for a year initially, and it got to the point where I was like, I don't see myself like building in a different community. Like Tacoma has just been so welcoming, and the support that people give each other here. I mean, the whole reason I was even at that New Year's event was literally from a relationship that built the very first month of me being here.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was D1 Marcel.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Marcel.
Shout
out to Marcel. That's my boy.
His daughter came, and I had just custom did a guitar for my daughter. It had the glitter in her hair, put her face on it.
Yeah.
And all of my art was glittering. So his daughter comes running over to the glitter, you know. And he's like, hey, I do these all the way live events. And, you know, we have live artists all the time. And that relationship literally just started, you know, the one with Deshaun and Hustle. And, you know, I started doing their events, and it just budded from there. But what it did was it showed me our community. Again, I'm in marketing, right? I was looking at statistics before I moved out here. And it was like 12% African American community. What? Like, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Ain't no black folks.
Yeah.
But I got out here and I saw something different. You know, I saw community. I saw Black-owned businesses being built, and I saw you know, men and women supporting each other.
Mhm.
And I saw an outsider myself, you know, literally get supported and welcomed with open arms. And you don't find that everywhere.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know? So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever you do. I think, I mean, I've said it before. I say it again. You have something that it's just something about you. It just, you know, you just meet people and they just, some people, there's just that person, you know, out of all the people that, oh yeah, they're gonna be somebody. They're gonna do something. And I mean, you're doing it, but I know this is only the beginning. You know, just scratching the surface right now. There's more, and I see it. I see it.
Thank you.
So never stop, you know, and let me know so that I can come and hang out. And, you know, I just put my 2 cents in and say, yo, I was here first. I told you guys. I told you it's going down, you know, for real. So where did they go to get in contact with you? Get some information.
So website is www.artdeity, that's DEITY.com. Artist Deity on Instagram and Art Deity on Facebook. So yeah, just Art Deity, our goddess, creator. That's a, you know, deity is a creator, right? Or goddess, or whatever you want it. So a creator of art.
Absolutely, absolutely. You heard it from here, guys. Art Deity.
Deity, yeah.
Make sure you guys go and support. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me. It's breaking me out of my shell.
Easy. She helped me with my lighting and everything, y'all. Because I mean, you know, I'm new, I'm special. You know, I'm kind of hood rich over here, but you know, she had my back with the lighting, so we good. So make sure you guys go and support. Make sure you guys continue to like and share, and yeah. We'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, this has been amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much again. I needed this, like someone to say, you know what? No, just get out there and do
it. This is
only
the first. I'm sure there'll be more coming.
Yeah.
Trust. I mean, yeah, there'll be more coming.
Yeah, this was fun. I liked it.
We may do it again. Who knows? We may do it again once you open up the spot and you know, come through and be like, yo, we up in the building, y'all. Y'all remember?
You'll be the first to know.
Absolutely. I'm going to be there. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and close up shop. Thank you so much for hanging with us for Circle Talk. We will be back next week.
Sorry, Lynn. Art Deity. So, I don't know if that's a question. So, yes, but flip it. Art Deity.
Oh, she put deity art. It's Art Deity, Lynn. She got you. She'll make sure it's up there correctly. But you guys, thank you for watching, and we will be back next week with my good friend Anthony Andersek, a good guy I've known for over 20 years that is doing great, healthy, mentally, physically, and spiritually. We're going to talk about how he got to where he's at today and, yeah, what he's doing. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We will see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.